Hi guys, and welcome back to Pass and Move. A great episode for you here today in the game against Chelsea. As you can see, it's third versus fifth, and as you can tell from the table, it's incredibly close this season. It's far more exciting this season than it was last season. We're in December now, and as you can tell, there are from the first spot to the fourth spot, there's only 4 points separating the teams, and really everyone just going for it this year. Just a couple of updates since the last episode that you should definitely check out. It was the game against Manchester City, I think. That was also a very exciting game, but since then, a bit of mixed results, really. Actually, it was the game against Arsenal. Sorry, yeah, that's true. So I guess since the game since Arsenal, not really not too many disappointing results. We beat. I just want to quickly run through these. So beat AZ in the Euro Cup group 2-1. That was a bit close, but really it was a bit of a comfortable win until Dos Santos scored in the 82nd minute. I think I'm not sure if Mkhitaryan's goal was good enough to show. But Shaw actually managed, I think, his first goal for the club, so that was great to see as well for the player himself. He got an incredible rating there, and we pretty much dominated the game, as you can see from the stats here. The game after that, if it would load, the game after that was a nice 5-0 win against Bournemouth, really just dominated from start to finish. We were pretty much 5-0 up from the first half, really, so second half was just cruising, and Rashford managing to get a hat-trick there. He's been incredible for us so far this season, Marcus Rashford. I think he scored double figures already. He scored, yeah, there you go, 14 goals and 2 assists in 19 starts and 2 substitute appearances. That's incredible because really he's outscored Ibrahimovic. And now you can tell here, it doesn't actually show it, but my assistant told me he is a leading Premier League attacker now. So it's great to have him doing really well from the attacking, the winger position, a role he's not really. Well, I mean, he can do the job there, but he's much more suited to playing up front. So once we move Ibrahimovic on, who sort of looks to be fading this season, really, he hasn't been as good as he has been last season, and really he's fortunate not to miss out on his position, just because Anthony Martial has been injured recently. The next game was a 2-1 win against West Brom. A bit of a tough game this. I thought we would end up tying it, but thankfully Ben Foster scored an own goal there for us to give us the win. And we finally won 2-0 against Vorskla. This pretty much, I think this was the win that gave us the... Actually, I think it was the win before it that let us qualify. So this win was just to make sure that we qualify top of the group. So I can quickly show you the group here. I'm not exactly sure why everything's loading a bit slow, but anyways, we did top our group quite comfortably, won every single game, and let me see if I can find my group quickly here. There you go, the last group. So we easily qualified as well as AZ. But yeah, 18 points, 15 goal difference, 6 wins. Can't ask for much more. Just cruise through that group, really. And the game after that was really disappointing, 3-1 loss against Everton. And yeah, I thought we would go on to win this game because Mata got the goal within 3 minutes, but Everton came back really strongly and they managed to win 3-1. That was just disappointing. All their goals were a bit strange. We definitely deserved more from this game, but as you can see here, dominated everything, but they managed to score 3 goals, so that tells the story in itself, and we could have been top of the table comfortably by then, but we managed to win 2-0 against Newcastle's. George Selby getting sent off as well made it a bit more comfortable for us. Rashford getting on the score sheet there as well, and the final game against the Euro Cup, not much really to talk about, just a 3-1 easy win. But yeah, really the game against Chelsea today is what's more important. Let me see if I can show you Ibrahimovic. So there you go, Anthony Martial's finally back, so we will be playing him up top. As you can tell, his form's terrible. No goals in his last 5 appearances, as well as a 6.52 average rating. He's only managed 9 goals and 1 assist in 24 appearances total, 2 off the bench, of course. And off those 9 goals, only 2 of them are penalties. So, disappointing from him this season. He seems to have really declined heavily. He's only 3 stars now. When we got him, he was about 4 stars and a half. So, probably let him go this season. Depends, really. We'll see how he carries on. But so far, not too not too impressive, 6.9 average rating overall. And yeah, let me just quickly show you what's been going on. So it's been incredible because since the last episode, I think Arsenal were 11 points ahead of us. And since then, they've managed to lose 3 games as well as draw 3. And that's pretty much closed the gap for us. I can show you, if I can show you their schedule quickly. You can see from their past results here, since beating us, they've sort of just gone on a terrible run here. They lost against Tottenham, drew with Watford in the league. Champions League doesn't matter too much. We're talking about the league here. So they lost against Aston Villa, lost against Liverpool, as well as drew against Sunderland. So that's really pretty much closed up the gap for us. And today we do have the chance of going top because of our goal difference. West Ham, surprise team that so far this season, almost towards the halfway line of the season, and they're still, they're top. We'll be level on points with them if we manage to beat Chelsea today. So we'll also be separating ourselves from Chelsea, putting a bit more of a gap, but also so that Tottenham, if they win their game, they won't, we won't be in any trouble. As you can see here, Marcus Rashford's the first, tied with Sergio Aguero in terms of the goals. Average rating, got 2 players there, both are fullbacks, that's incredible. And leading, Henrik Mkhitaryan leading with the assists. So really, we are putting in the type of performances which should merit us minimum qualifying for the league, but really it should be a case of winning the league. As you can see here from the squad, we're going with our standard fullbacks, Mario Fernandes, as well as Luke Shaw. Bailly's come in recently and doing really well because he took up Smalling's place when he came out, when Smalling was suspended, and he's been doing well since then, so I can't take him off. Jones as well is doing really well as always. Blind and Pogba are our main midfield, really, as well as Mkhitaryan, Mata, Rashford. So we're really going with a full strength squad here. Anthony Martial, I think, is probably a little bit better than... no, he's not. He's pretty much just about as equal in terms of ability as a striker compared to Ibrahimovic. So he's going to get a chance here to recover from his injury, get us a few goals, and we'll see if he can put in the type of performance that we've been used to recently. And yeah, the players are warming up apparently, so we'll have to wait for this to load a little bit. But yeah, this should be an exciting game for sure. Chelsea were pretty disappointing up until recently. They were like mid-table team, but they managed to put a bit of a nice little run of form here, and they managed to squeeze into the 5th spot here. And if they do win today, they will climb higher. Actually, they won't climb higher up the table. It won't really matter, but they will close the gap towards us, and as well as the top of the table. So hopefully we can recover and win here, and we could move into top spot. So apparently we're the favourites. The expert thinks there's nothing to separate the team, so he thinks it's going to be a draw, but the odds are in our favour because we are the home team. As you can see, Chelsea still sticking to their rigid formation where they're quite defensive, so hopefully we can break them down today. Hazard's still at the club as well as Costa, but they brought in a number of new players as well. Dembele, Danilo, Bazar, I guess that is over there, Christensen, Inago, Martinez as well. So it's a new look Chelsea, really. They've changed a bunch of players. But yeah, I think I'll tell my team that I expect them to win today, and hopefully they can match expectations. We do have the firepower and the assists needed in the squad. Let me just make sure that Mkhitaryan, he is playing as an inside forward, so it's good. And let me just quickly set the replays on goals. And let's get into today's game. Gonna get to see a nice little intro here. Players coming out of the tunnel. And yeah, game face is on. It's raining today, so it's going to be a bit tough. But we are the home team. We are the favourites. We are expected to win. So we will be kicking off, and hopefully we can step up today. And yeah, really just make the most out of this and go top of the table. 5 minutes now. Not really much has happened since the opening little highlight there. We're going to come on to 15 minutes, and it seems like the teams are pretty much equal in terms of the stats. We're having a bit more shots, a bit more possession, but really the stat that I want to be dominating is this one right here in the top left of your screens. We need to score a goal rather than just dominate, and we're going to be coming up to half an hour now, and nothing's really happened so far, so that's a bit disappointing. I think I will switch my team to play on control just to dominate the game a bit more. Hopefully they will respond by, I don't know, creating a clear-cut chance or even just a half chance. It's almost been the whole first half has almost gone by and nothing's really happened of note. So that is a bit disappointing, and we are going into the half-time by the looks of it with no real chance to date. So pretty disappointing. I think I'll tell my players off a little bit. They have responded, and let's see if they can respond on the field rather than just in the dressing room. But yeah, we need a win. We need a win. We can't afford to draw. Chelsea, can't really say they're set up to defend because that's their formation always. But maybe their mentality is on defend because they seem to be holding back, I guess, I suppose. I think I'll go. I think I'll have to make a couple of changes here. Pogba seems to be a bit tired, but I don't want to take him off. Blind's on the yellow, so we'll take him off Carrick. Let's see if Carrick can bring something new to this game. Mata seems to be a little bit, not really playing that well. So bring on Januzaj, see if Januzaj can make a difference. And we'll save the last sub for later. Maybe bring on Ibrahimovic, see if he can do something off the bench. But I don't really have too much confidence in him, considering what's been going on lately. We're going to go a bit more attacking as well. It's the 60th minute here now. Nothing of note has happened yet. So we do really need to go attacking. And we'll see whether the substitutions as well as the role changes would help this team a little bit. We haven't had too many shots happening, or much really happening at all. I don't think there's been a single highlight. I'm tempted to... They're still playing with the same formation, so I think what I will... Oh no, I can't do that, never mind. I was going to say that I'll tell them to look for the overlap because they are playing just one wide man, but it turns out I completely forgot about Eden Hazard there as well as his opposite number there. But anyways, we just really need a goal. That's all it is. I think Chelsea do look to be set pretty defensively because they've only had one shot. But we are bringing the ball forward here, only for Mkhitaryan to lose it. And it looks like Chelsea are going to have a chance to break here. And with Hazard and Pedro playing, you wouldn't doubt their ability to do that. They are bringing the ball forward here and they are looking dangerous. Can Danilo do something? Hopefully he cannot. And instead he does. He finds Pedro, who makes no mistake to tuck that into the bottom corner. I think De Gea should have done a little bit better there, and I think they are playing Pedro up top, so they are using his pace. I think we could have done a bit better there defensively, and it looks like I should have played a bit of a deeper line here because Danilo gets to the byline and he just crosses it in for Danilo, but poor goalkeeping as well as defending from Bailly, so that's a bit disappointing. But we really should be stopping that cross coming in the first place, and it looks like Chelsea might manage to win here. And I'm running out of time to do something, so I will be bringing someone on, but who? I'm tempted to bring on Lingard for Mkhitaryan because he's got a yellow, as well as I don't really have much faith in Ibrahimovic doing much. Hopefully with Lingard playing as a winger, I actually have to make another change, I forgot. A tactical change rather than a substitute, because if Lingard's on a winger role, it would make sense for Mario Fernandes to go back to being a fullback rather than a wing back because he isn't the only lone wide man there. But yeah, I don't really have much faith in Ibrahimovic coming off the bench and doing something, but there is another highlight, and hopefully this one will go our way rather than Chelsea's. Can we win the ball back and do something with the ball here? Carrick finds De Gea, who plays Jones in a really tight spot, but he does well there, and Lingard will bring the ball forward here. He finds Januzaj. Can Januzaj come off the bench and do something special? Instead, he gives it to Pogba. Pogba finds Rashford, who finds Martial. Can he tuck this away? And no, he cannot. Now, that easily could have been 1-1. I think, for some reason, the play doesn't consider it to be a clear-cut chance, but I would have considered that as a clear-cut chance. And yeah, it looks like Chelsea are going to be the ones to come away with the 3 points here, but with about 9 minutes left here, I'm hoping to get a late goal, and Januzaj loses out to Kante, and it looks like it's actually going to be Chelsea who get the second. But can we win the ball here? Can we stop them from playing? Instead, Fabregas finds Kante easily, who just plays the ball through to Pedro, and as he's going to find someone, isn't he? He finds Dembele, and Dembele tries to go all the way, but instead cuts it back for Hazard, and we've been exposed for playing a really high mentality. I knew I should have probably shifted to counter because of the way the Chelsea are set up. We should have been drawing them out a little bit and then hitting them on the counter. But I always try to go more attacking. And I think De Gea could have done a little bit better there, but I think the shot had more power than it is showing in slow motion here. So a bit unfair of me to say that. But yeah, as you can see, 2 on target, 2 goals. Chelsea get a deserved win without a doubt. My players haven't stepped up for this performance at all. And it's a bit disappointing, but we are going to stay in the Champions League spots as far as I think. So we are still, meeting expectations, I guess, but I want to surpass expectations. I want to win the Premier League this season. If we did win today's game, it would have put us in a good chance to do so. I already told the players off, so I think I'll just tell them don't look back, don't worry about today's performance. We are still only 3 points off the top, but West Ham are the leaders of the Premier League for this season, so that's incredible. we're still in third place, so we will automatically qualify for Champions League if it stays as is. But I'm hoping to avoid that. I'm hoping to actually win. But yeah, I think in terms of when we'll be back, there is a Tottenham game here, but I think that's a bit too soon. Makes more sense to show you guys possibly the game against Liverpool, or maybe even the one against West Ham, depending on whether they're still there or not. So let's see what goes on. I feel like I've been showing too many of the rivals and not too many of the smaller teams this season. So we'll see which game will be back. Yeah, as always, if you enjoyed the video, then please hit the like button as well, subscribe, and I think that'll be all for today. So thanks, guys. Thank you for watching.